It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He rises when it matters most, and he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Lions and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The numbers for Gibbs from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Goff now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now it's Goff. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. You talk about this Washington defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems, because they're facing the number one passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Brandon, their last miss on third down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
4th down, a give to Gibbs. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Another run for Gibbs here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line.
How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Eluding the pressure right. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Throwing on third. Goff. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and fourth down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on fourth down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
On fourth down, Goff. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. On first down, Howell. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. It's quite a unit, number one in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number one overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Howell down to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Alex Anzalone. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Go, go. Super 1. Turbo.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 60 yards. And the Lions post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Well, the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Alex Anzalone in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Open man is Samuel. Complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as they'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Tiger.
2nd and 10. Goff again. Pass incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Super one. Hey, lift.
Goff now looks to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. On 1st down, Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Throwing again is Goff. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up fourth down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it first and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. A give, right side for Gibbs. Fights him off. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
Value 3, value 12, 12.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. This is caught at the 20. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, Goff. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he's going to go down again. Josh Allen in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom. End zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Howe will throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On the return is Williams. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And that is is going to do it for this third quarter. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs to about the 35, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're still. That last play backwards a yard.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? From the gun on third down, Goff. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And Chris Barnes there on the stop. Now 2nd and 9. Gone. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Throwing here, Howell. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it from the 35. Here's 2nd down and 8. Now Howell. And his throw here is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Goff going to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 28 yards. And the Lions are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it is 28-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now they go play action with Howell. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another throw for Howell. And this one is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game
Welcome to Weekly Strategy. Each week this shows some basic stats about your upcoming opponent.